So there's like this IP event going on in Punta Gorda. Some of the people that are on Island Packet Owners Association Facebook are going to be there. So I think I'm going to try to get up there. I looked at renting cars. I looked at a lot of places aren't open on Sunday.
Well, we were kind of keeping an eye on you on Facebook, and
It must be on cue. It's about the second one in.
Warren said
The inside.
Right, there's
he
two
thought you might come, and I
IPs
said, I
right
don't
there.
think so. She's in Fort Myers.
Hayden and Radine Cochran, and we sail on Island Spirit.
It's an Island Packet 35.
Radine and I run and created the IPYOA, the Island Packet Yacht Owners Association.
Okay.
And we have about 3,000 members in there, so a lot of owners share pictures and photos and updates on their systems.
There's over 17,000 pictures there of projects that Island Packet owners have done on their boats.
Okay.
And then the Facebook group is another facet of what we offer.
Right, and then
Okay.
we have the Facebook group, IPYOA.
All right, and
Facebook group.
that's where I met you, was on the Island Packet Facebook page.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I feel like I know you guys. It's only the second time I've met you, maybe in a couple of weeks. So you
Yeah.
guys,
Great coincidence.
How fun. Well, we love following the Saltyabandon channel.
thank you.
So thank
yes.
you very much.
Thank you all for always being so encouraging and
Oh,
everything.
you're great.
Not only are you an Island Packet expert, in my opinion, and a lot of people's opinion, is that you also are a broker.
Yeah, we are.
Tell a little bit about that.
Right. Well, we're working with Whitaker Yacht Sales.
Okay.
And we are working mainly as buyers brokers, trying to help people get into the product line. So that's our specialty. But we also will take a listing as well, but mainly working as a buyer's broker.
Okay.
Whitaker Yacht Sales is located in Palmetto, Florida, and they're the largest Island Packet brokerage boat dealer in the country.
Okay. So how do they get a hold of you?
They would just go on the Whitaker Yacht Sales website, and they can get a hold of me there, or just give us an email at haydencochran@gmail.com.
Okay. And I highly recommend that if you're buying an Island Packet, these two are the people you need to talk to.
Well, we had an Island Packet 27 from 1991 to 2001, and then we bought our Island Packet 35 in 2001. So a lot of years.
Okay, and you keep up with the owners of Island Packet, and see where.
Yeah, Daryl and Leslie at Island Packet.
Seem to be in the know.
Well, we keep in touch with everybody. We like to keep in touch with all the owners.
Okay,
Yeah.
and then tell me what exactly this thing is that we're here, because I just kind of heard about it and showed up.
We're so glad you came.
We
Thank
thought
you.
we would have pizzas and sit around a picnic table and get 4 or 5 owners together in the west coast of Florida. And in the Punta Gorda area, it turned out to be 27 people now, and we have
Me,
people
I was
coming
just,
in all over.
Yeah, I just showed up.
We're glad you did.
So thank goodness
We
for the
call-
Facebook group.
We call these mini booths.
Yeah.
In
Mini
the
booths.
Chesapeake Bay, we'd pick a weekend, everybody sail to a particular place, bring food to share, and
So
just
you
get
do them in
together.
all in
Yeah,
several
we
areas?
do them
Yeah.
up in Maine, up in New England. We've
Wow.
done these for years.
So if you're in that area, you'll just
Yeah,
kinda-
wherever we end up being for a while, we try to put them. We've had them in the Bahamas.
Last year we had
Oh.
one on the east coast of Florida in Stewart.
Yeah,
So would you say Island Packet owners are a family?
Island Packet owners are a family. Yes.
A community
Yep.
and a family.
It would be
Yes.
hard for
great.
me to get another boat now after
Yeah.
owning an Island Packet.
It's a well-connected group of people.
Yeah, it gets in your blood, doesn't it?
It's a lot of fun.
It's a really great boat.
We love
too.
it. We love it. You can't beat it.
And there's friends everywhere you go.
Yep.
Okay.
All
Well,
right.
thank you, guys.
Thank you, Tinsley.
Hi, this is David Laguna Ger. I have an Island Packet 38 named Cool Change, and it's down in Burnt Store Marina right now. After moving it around from Melbourne, we sailed around the Horn of Florida, and back in February, March. Hauling out in February, and then off to the Keys in the springtime.
Okay, so you told me off camera that you are retiring in 3 years.
About three and a half years I'll be retiring, and then
Then what are you gonna do?
well, I figure it's going to take me at least a year to cruising around the Caribbean to clear my head after 40 years in corporate America.
Right.
And sometime in the Navy before that. So that's probably the first big trip, and then after that, I don't know.
Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? I mean, that's the best part of cruising.
So what do you think you'll be doing in that 3 years as far as sailing goes?
Oh, probably commuting between Burnt Store Marina and the Keys,
Okay.
and maybe with work, I have to be in a certain area. I can change that area, but I can't do it too often. So maybe I'll go up the East Coast, up to North Carolina,
Okay.
and hang out for the last year there.
You
I live aboard.
You live on the boat now?
I live
okay.
on the boat right now.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm Alan Huffman. I have an Island Packet 420, and I'm the sailor from Kansas. A lot of people are intrigued by that. And on the stern of our boat, it does say Wichita, Kansas.
Oh, wow.
So the boat's name is Flatlander, and we've owned it about 11 years now.
And where do you live now?
We live at Bird Store Marina
Okay.
full time.
Okay.
We have a home there,
Okay.
and I sometimes regret buying the house because I think we'd be sailing more if we didn't have the house. Oh, well, our first trip to the Bahamas turned into a bit of a flotilla. We'd kind of been in touch with Hayden and Radine, and we went around, well, we actually met up with them and a couple of other boats near our place in Pelican Bay, near Cayo Costa. And that's when we met them, and they were on their way back around to Biscayne Bay and over to the Bahamas, and so we decided to join them. And so Kathy and I kind of raced around Florida and caught up with them in Biscayne Bay, and the 3 boats turned into 5.
Oh, wow. All island packets.
All island packets. And,
When was this?
This was 2012.
Okay.
And that was what I wanted to do for my 60th birthday, was go to the Bahamas. And so we met up with them, and Kerry Caldwell was the only one who'd been there before, so he was a little bit of the expedition leader.
Right.
And that was Hayden Radine's first trip also over there. So we left. We left the middle of the night. We had a good weather window. We went across to West End, and then had a great sail the next day to Great Sail Key, and came around to the north side of the Abacos. And we went to Green Turtle Key, and then at Spanish Key. I think Spanish Key is actually where we stopped first. We had a storm coming in, and that's where we celebrated my 60th birthday. And Radine's birthday is only a day or 2 apart, so we had a big birthday party. This is Kathy.
Okay.
Hi, I was on the trip with him too.
Okay. Anything that you would like to say about your sailing adventures on your island packet over the last?
Absolutely fabulous. Just absolutely fabulous. Met wonderful people, beautiful sailing. The dolphins are amazing.
We always, if we anchor, we always get in the dinghy and go talk to the other island packet people.
Oh, cool.
And all but one boat, one time, has been welcoming and friendly.
Ah, you don't want to say who they are?
No, I won't go there.
All
But it
right.
was in Factory Bay.
Okay. You know who you are.
You know who you are.
Sally and Conrad pinches, he's busy. We had an Island Packet 38. We just sold it about 3 months ago. Very sad. And we're from Punta Gorda,
Okay.
Florida.
And that's where we are right now.
That's where we are right now at our home. We went to Cuba
Yes.
2
okay.
years
So
ago.
I understand you went to Cuba before it was okay to go to Cuba.
No, we went 2 years ago in February.
Okay.
And we did a lot of legal paperwork before we went.
Okay.
There's no trouble with Cubans. It's the U.S. when you come back.
When you come back. Okay.
Yes,
All
yeah.
right.
They put you through the ropes. But,
Okay.
But we really had everything in line. We had all the right paperwork. Took like 3 months of work before we went,
Okay.
and it was awesome.
So tell me what Cuba was like. What was your first impression? You pull into the marina.
Like when I was first born in the 50s, it was
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
the nurses had white uniforms on,
Yeah.
the hats, the white stockings. It was just, the people were so friendly, and they are so poor.
Yeah.
And we took lots of gifts for them. And you had to be a little discreet about that,
Right.
giving them to them. But they were wonderful people, wonderful people. One guy at the marina was sick, and we had medicine along, and we gave him cold medicine and stuff.
Yeah, I understand that you should take like ibuprofen and maybe cold medicine and
Cold
stuff like that.
medicine, yeah. He couldn't speak English, but we showed him how, drink it. And
Right.
He had his neck all wrapped, and he came by 2 days later, and he was the most thankful person ever.
Cool.
Because he was good, and he couldn't get medicine.
How was the marina?
Hemingway, it's good, but you have to be prepared for a third world country marina. Most of the heads didn't work on it.
Okay.
About 2 showers out of 6 worked at that time. But they were lovely people.
Yeah.
And we had electric.
Mm-hmm.
It was metered electric. It was very, very reasonable.
Water?
We had water.
Okay.
Yep. It was great. It was
Okay.
great. People were just totally awesome. We went to the coffee region. We went to the plantations, tobacco farm, plantations. It was awesome. It's just awesome. You need to go there.
Would you go back?
I would go back, but not by boat.
Okay.
It was a little, we got out there and we left from the Keys, which we should have left from Key West.
Yeah.
And the weather was nothing like forecasts told us it was going to be. So it got ugly, but we made it.
Mm-hmm. It was worth it though?
It was worth it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you going to get another boat?
Sadly, no. My husband's had 2 strokes and it's just a bit much. And we didn't, when we go for a month and we didn't use it enough to.
I see.
But we have great new owners and her name's going to be Ocean Dreams.
Okay.
And they're going to do the dream on her. So.
That's good. That is great. Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
We're Tom and Karen Aikens. We have an Island Packet 380 named Chinook.
We're from Punta Gorda, Florida.
Okay,
Well,
so you're home right now.
Burnt Store Marina. It's about 10 miles south of here. We bought the boat in 2012.
Okay.
So we've had it going on, it'll be 9 years this coming year.
Where have you
I'm
taken
sorry,
it?
7 years. We sailed it to, well, we bought the boat in Georgia, so of course that meant a trip down to the Keys to get home.
All right.
And then we've been to the Bahamas.
Okay.
And we've been to Cuba. We went to Cuba
Last year.
two Marches ago.
So what was it like? What was your first impression?
It's
Everybody says everybody has to go once.
agreed. I was gonna say I think everybody needs to go once.
But it was fun because it was part of a rendezvous.
Yeah. Other island packets?
Yeah, not island packets, but it was part of a regatta.
Okay.
In a Cruising World Regatta. So we went with some other boats, so we didn't have to worry about the paperwork and all of that.
They handled all that.
They handled all of that. The people were just the nicest that you could.
Did you take
ask.
stuff for them?
Yes, we took a bunch of stuff down, and of course we didn't do a very good job of dispersing it.
Right.
So when we got ready to leave, when we were checking out at customs, we gave that guy a whole bunch. He had some kids.
Oh, good.
So we
And
told him. We're planning and trying to do the Exumas this spring.
Sweet.
That's our next.
Okay. So would you you love your island packet?
My wife loves her island packet.
So do I. I love
and so and that's good enough for me.
All right. Thank you guys.
Bye.
Tom Barnola, Island Packet 380, name Ishmael. Currently in Burnt Store Marina. Originally from Connecticut a long time ago.
How long have you had your boat?
We bought it new 18 years ago. We have been to the Bahamas several times and all the way down to the Panama Canal. We just came back from a trip to the Dry Tortugas.
Okay.
Our sailing days are probably numbered at this point, but we have wonderful memories of all the islands and countries that we were able to see. We were very fortunate to have spent a year in Venezuela back in 2003 before it was all that dangerous. We've been to Cartagena, Colombia several times. Our favorite place of all, of course, was the San Blas Islands off the coast of Panama.
Okay, that was going to be my next question. Your favorite place was San Blas Islands.
San Blas Islands. Last year was the first time in 15 years that we didn't spend time in the San Blas Islands. Oh, because it's just far enough from the land. You don't feel a part of the land at all. The San Blas Islands are 360 islands, so you never get bored. If you get tired of one island or don't like your neighbor, you move to another island. They're all beautiful. Some are somewhat inhabited and some are totally uninhabited. Their primary cash crop is coconut. Fishing, snorkeling are really great. The Kuna Indians are a unique people. They're friendly. When we first went there back in 2003, it was a lot more primitive than it is today.
Okay. How far are the islands off of Panama?
The closest might be about 10 miles, but then it could, some of them are like 20
close.
miles out.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see the mainland on a very clear day.
So did you go into the mainland to get supplies, or was there supplies out there?
When we first were there, we had to go into Cologne to get supplies, which is a 2-day trip unless you wanted to sail overnight, which wasn't all that recommended because of the reefs. But today it's totally different. Today the Kuna able to bring supplies from the mainland right out to your boat.
Oh,
They
nice.
have what they call veggie men, and they will bring you fresh vegetables a couple times a week. They'll bring you almost anything you need: beer, rum,
Wow.
boat parts.
Boat parts.
fuel.
Okay.
So actually, right now, you can pretty much live there forever. I mean, if you have solar panels and wind generator, it is part of Panama. They are under their own rule, but they are also under Panama rule, but Panamanians don't rule. Plan to stay there as we did. You can get what they call a resident visa. Back when we did it, I think it was $1,600 for the two of us.
Per year?
No, and then you are a full-fledged resident, and then you get all the benefits that residents get, and you don't have to mess with going every 3 months to immigration or to the port captain.
That is very interesting. Thank you for that information.
Okay,
Well,
you're
thank
welcome.
you so much, Tom.
All right.
Hi, we're Warren and Debbie Oatman, and we have the Latitude, and we are out of Tarpon Springs.
Cool.
And it's an Island Packet 26.
So I do know a little bit of your backstory, but tell me how long you've had the boat.
About 3 years now.
Okay.
About three and a half.
Okay.
Bought it in July about 3 years ago.
You have a lot of sailing experience.
I've got a little bit. I lived aboard a Morgan 382 for 11 and a half years. Had a Catalina 25 for 2 years prior to that. Had a, started off with a 13.5-foot Blue Jay for about 2 years. So I've been sailing since about 78.
Okay, so are you going to do any traveling soon? I know you just retired, so what you going to do?
Well, right now we're going to just do some day sailing and some weekending to some of the little local islands and get used to the boat and get used to sailing with each other.
I'm green. This is all new to me.
Okay.
And after we get used to the boat, get used to sailing with each other and start working as a team, we intend to sail down the coast of Florida, the Gulf Coast, and
The West Coast, yep.
the West Coast, and head down to the Keys,
Right.
and then the Dry Tortugas, and then if we can still be married and still be happy after that, we're going to try the Bahamas. But
Okay.
if we make it to Dry Tortugas, I'll be pleased. That'll accomplish what I want to.
And I did take sailing, and I got my 101 certificate. So
Awesome.
I know what I'm doing.
And Salty Scotty hasn't done that yet. Let's just call him out for that.
He should. Scotty, you
signed
said
up.
you would.
He signed up and then he didn't go.
You're going to love it. You'll love it.
Scotty, you need to get out there. I promised you I'll get out on the bicycle. You get the sailing class, and I'll get out on the bicycle.
Okay.
Yes, we did 101 last spring
And
together.
I did enjoy it. I was very happy to learn.
Oh, with anything, it's not always good for married people to teach each other stuff.
But
So-
Debbie loves fishing
Oh, that's right. You're a fisher.
My job.
and playing guitar, so
Okay.
once we get anchored, she'll fish and serenade me,
That's a good partnership.
and I'll hydrate.
And do you clean the fish?
I do.
Okay,
Yes,
so you
my
don't even have
father
to do
taught
that.
me if you catch it, you have to clean it.
That is awesome.
But I told her when we got together, I'll take you out, I'll find the fish, you catch it, you clean it, and I'll cook it for you.
And that's how it works.
We'll follow up with you later on this.
Okay.
Thank you.
We're Tom and Lisa Daly, and we have a 35-foot Island Packet. It's a 1989 that we bought 3 years ago, and we've been restoring it a little bit. Our boat is in Apollo Beach.
Apollo Beach.
Tampa Sailing Squadron.
And the boat name is Panacea.
We were talking off camera, and you said you're new, and about as new as I am. I took my
There you
first
go.
lessons in 2011, and
Yep.
did you take any lessons?
We did. We took 10 days of sailing instruction on the Chesapeake Bay, which
Okay,
was terrific.
like American Sailing Association?
Maryland School of Sailing and Seamanship.
Sweet.
Which we would recommend.
Okay,
Yeah.
where have you been sailing?
Mostly around Tampa Bay, and we did one 5-day trip, came south from Tampa Bay, stopped in Venice for a couple nights, Venice, Florida, and then down to anchored off the island of Cayo Costa, which is a state park. Great little anchorage, Pelican Bay. It was really a nice trip.
Okay. Any big plans in the future, or where are you gonna?
Well,
Lots of big plans.
lots of big plans.
Our big plan, when Tom retires, would be to go up the East Coast all the way to Maine and back.
You know people up
That's
there?
the bucket list. We lived in New England for 10 years.
Ah,
so.
okay.
Yeah.
That is the mecca of sailing. That's
That's
the
awesome.
mothership. So when do you think that's going to be?
It's going to be a few years. We actually we belong to a sailing club in Apollo Beach.
Okay.
And the Tampa Sailing Squadron. And we have a group of boats that will be going to the Bahamas in next November.
Okay.
So we hope to join them. That'll probably be, that could be a month-long trip, possibly. And then from there, try to venture out. We'd like to do go up to the Chesapeake, maybe for a summer. Try that, and eventually work our way up to New England.
So this is your first boat.
First boat.
And it's an island packet.
Yep.
You went in strong on this one, didn't you?
Go big or go home. Right?
Yes, right.
At our age, we had to start.
Right. Would you say that Island Packet feels like a family, the owners?
Yeah, it's great.
Are they
Great
been supportive and
owner,
everything?
Community. I do a lot of the work. We do a lot of the work ourselves. We both work together to install a windlass, for example. And
Are you a mechanical kind of guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm brave enough to get myself in trouble. Right?
Okay.
So, but great owners' websites, and you can always reach out and ask questions, and you get tremendous amount of information back, guidance on how to do things.
Yeah, the Island Packet owners' Facebook page is extremely helpful. You can post anything on there, any question. You guys have done that.
Yep, sure have. Yeah,
Gotten some
really,
great feedback.
Really lean on that, and the Island Packet Yacht Owners Association website. You know, anytime I have a project, I'll search that website for other people's experience or recommendations.
Okay.
It's just, yeah, it's great support from the owners, and they're always willing to help.
What kind of advice would you give to people that are thinking about sailing?
Join a sailing club and participate in the races. Get involved in your club. Use other people's boats as much as you can for a while. They're always looking for crew. Learn as much as you can. Take lessons and then buy a boat.
Is that what you did?
No. We bought the boat and then started.
And then started doing that.
Okay, but it worked out.
It did.
Okay.
It's working out.
All right, well, we'll be following up with you.
Yeah, that's great.
How can people find you? Do you have a Facebook page or anything?
Well, just our names, Tom and
Okay.
Lisa Daly on Facebook.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Hi, Carl Dickerson from Punta Gorda, Florida. And this is my wife Karen Dickerson
Hi.
from Punta Gorda. It's an Island Packet 380. The boat name is Gata Jabu.
Got a jaboo?
Gata Jabu.
Goodness gracious, that's
From the fish song of the same name.
okay. All right, that's interesting. Okay, so how long have you had your boat?
Since 2012.
Okay, and where have you been on it?
Maine,
Bahamas
Bahamas,
Key West several times.
Key West, up and down the Gulf Coast.
First boat?
First boat.
We love it.
Okay, and do you have any regrets?
None whatsoever.
Getting an Island
Simple
Packet.
one.
What do you love about Island Packets?
Oh, they're rock solid boats. I mean, you'll never find a safer boat.
Right.
Feel very safe in storms. It's wonderful.
Me too. And any big plans coming up? You got any big trips that you want to take?
Cuba next
Cuba's
year.
the next
right?
one, yep.
Yes.
Well, Rio Dolce would be next after that.
Which one?
Rio Dolce, Honduras.
Oh,
I'm sorry,
okay.
Guatemala.
Guatemala. Now, do either of you have sailing experience before this?
Some, on much smaller boats.
You? Both of you?
Yeah, we had a boat in the early 80s.
Okay.
Trailer
that we
boat.
trailered.
Okay, and so who's more experienced here? Okay. Did you take lessons?
We
or?
did, yes,
You
we
both
did.
did. Okay, what did you take?
There were 101, 102, 103, 104.
That's what I did.
Docking.
Oh, you did 108.
Yes.
I did get my
That's great.
captain's license.
Oh, good.
Yes. And there's a very good instructor here in Punta Gorda, by the way.
Who's that?
His name is Captain Ralph Bush.
Okay.
He used to be in Pensacola. That's how I met him. He'll still come up there. I did his captain's class in Pensacola just a few months ago.
Does he
But
teach
he's
down
here. Yeah.
Really?
He teaches down here. I'll give you his name.
Yeah, please. Ralph Bush, you said?
Yeah, Ralph Bush.
Okay.
Captain Ralph.
No yelling on board.
Okay.
Strictly prohibited.
Do you adhere to that?
We do.
Yeah.
Nice. Sweet.
And the wife has to be the co-captain. It's not sufficient for her to simply
only
be
have one
a crew
captain.
member.
You only have one captain.
One captain,
Yes.
but the wife is a co-captain.
Okay. So you're like the veteran captain on the boat.
Right.
Okay.
Just you have to have a sense of adventure,
Okay.
positive attitude, and
Be flexible.
yeah.
Together and have pizza in Burnt Store Marina, and then of course with the power of social media and everything, and putting it out on Facebook. And Radine made an event in our Facebook group, and then it was 10, and then it was 15, and people were still signing up yesterday. Turned into 27. Tinsley walked in the day.
I didn't
what
even
are you doing here?
Unannounced.
So that was really cool. So we have 27 people here, and it's fantastic. But that just shows how connected the fleet is, which is really, really exciting. But I think the first thing I'd like to just mention is that the condition of the factory, what's going on there, because Radine and I went up and toured it the other day, and we're in touch with the owners an awful lot, and communicating back and forth together. But Darryl and Leslie Allen, the owners, the new owners of the Island Packet factory, are doing extremely well with trying to turn the factory around and get things going again. And the preview of the 349, the Island Packet 349 that was rolled out at the Annapolis Boat Show, Radine and I got to see it, you know, when it came off the truck. We got to get on it when they were still commissioning it, and we started photographing it, and we realized right away there was a home run, and it was incredible. And so then we put about 120 pictures online. This is before the boat show even came to life. And then the boat show comes to life, and everybody's lining up to see the 349, and it was well received and just a home run with everybody. And they sold 5 at the Annapolis Boat Show. They sold 5 349s last year off the drawings alone. That makes 10, and they're up to 2 that they sold out of the St. Pete show. So they have 12 on order right now. The boat lists at about $275 to $300. The one we're all seeing at the boat show that Steve owns from New York is pricing probably around $380 or up in that range. Pretty expensive, but Steve decided to have everything done by the factory. So they're putting everything imaginable on his boat, and Bill Boland is transferring it to Steve this weekend. I think Monday actually. Steve picks it up in St. Pete, and he's taking it down to Key West for his base. It's going to come around. It's going to be in the Miami show also as the show boat. The really amazing thing is Cruising World chose it as Boat of the Year. So it is, you know, it's the boat of the year, and it's on the cover of Cruising World right now. And we put that up on the web, and so did the factory put that out there, and everybody's proud of that, which is really incredible. So now the challenge is, let's get these out the door, get these built, and get them produced. And they're saying their production schedule is about 3 to 4 months. And when we were at the factory, they had 3 in production rolling along, and they were spraying their 4th one when we were there. So it was really good for Radine and I to see the factory humming along again, because we had been there during the sale of the first factory out to, you know, Ted DeLove, and then Ted DeLove's company coming in, trying to turn it around, and then Leslie and Darryl finally stepping up and buying it from California. They're the large Island Packet dealer in California. That's who they are. So they moved out here now, and they're really doing a great job.
San Diego, right?
Yeah, we're Southern California, right. San Diego dealership.
Right.
We needed to have those buildings now. Those were the assembly buildings. So then they downsized the factory back into just the main original 1979 Wild Acres Road where Bob started. And they're in there producing all the mill work and the fiberglass work and the assembly work, and they're building extra bays to queue the boats up in for assembly. But they're looking into trying to get the building back across the street in a rental agreement to make that be their assembly building again. So the growth is there, and the orders are racked up, and now it's a matter of, you know, let's get the boats out the door, which is what they're busting their tail on. So.
And let me jump in just to say it's a thrill to go to the factory and see so many of the original employees back. The guy that built our boat and refit our boat, those guys are still there.
Yeah, the original team is back, and that's why the quality is there. The same guys are there building these boats, and they're so thrilled to be doing this. They are just, you know, you walk around and you see the pride. The guy that does the stainless steel work, everybody that's in the factory, they've done this before. So what's different this time around is Darryl and Leslie are taking the product line and going, oh, you want it to be a blue gel coat with a white deck? Fine. We'll spray whatever color you want. You'd like the bed to be 6 inches longer or wider? Fine, they'll customize that.
Even no teak.
They are now no teak. whatever you basically want on the boat, they will customize the boat, which Bob Johnson would never do, and lost sales on that. But Darryl and Leslie, it's a custom packet now with a base model, and that's impressive. So there's a lot going on at the factory. I'm excited for them, and a big heads up to Darryl and Leslie and the whole team. So that's exciting.
Is the ship store in operation?
Ship store is available online. You can buy shirts and hats and polos. They sell these polos.
I'm more interested in parts.
Parts? No, I don't think the parts. I don't think you have to call in to Adam and get to place an order for what you would need. So again, their focus is trying to get these boats built, and they want to support the fleet as much as they can, and they're having rendezvous. Last year they had the Island Packet first ever factory rendezvous, and that fits perfectly in for them in March. And they're going to be doing that again because it fits into their boat show schedules and everything. So that'll be the second one. They're already talking about it now, and that'll be a really, really nice thing to see, a second Island Packet factory rendezvous that they'll be putting together.
Do they have a Facebook page?
Yeah, they have an Island Packet Facebook page, and they're revamping their websites. It's still transition. There's a lot of transition going on, but they're on a major ramp up now, and the success is there, and we're all excited because the 349 at the boat show was a home run. The product was through the roof, quality-wise. The new designs that were integrated into the boat were impressive, and everybody said the same thing when they saw it. They were like really thrilled to see Island Packet is back, and that's what they produced. So great, that's a great thing.
All right.
Well, thank you.
There you go, Tinsley.